podcast, but we are back with a special edition recruiting podcast. And Notre Dame fans, Notre Dame has picked up a big commitment today from Arizona standout Elijah Paige, a 2023 offensive tackle committed to Notre Dame today. And we thought, what better way to talk about Elijah Paige commitment than to bring on Elijah Paige. And so therefore, Elijah Paige is now with us, joining our show. Elijah, congratulations, man. You're now a member of the number one ranked 2023 Notre Dame Fighting Irish recruiting class.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of this class. It's a special class.
Well, I don't know if a week ago I would have said, oh, yeah, definitely Elijah Paige a week from now is going to be a member of the Notre Dame recruiting class. So let's just kind of dive right in, because you came into the month of June. You had the Notre Dame visit. You had a USC visit scheduled. I think you were planning on getting to like Michigan State. I think that Washington was also trying to get you on campus. So where did things, like when you kind of went into the visit, were you expecting to say, hey, week from now I'm going to be committed to Notre Dame? Can you just kind of walk us through what that process was like over that weekend that kind of made you say, hey, look, I'm done with this thing. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So, you're right. A week ago, I wouldn't have thought that. I was pretty set on taking all my visits, all my official visits, and making a decision after that. But after getting on campus and just being around Coach Freeman, Coach Easton, and everybody, I knew it was the right place. And there's no reason to drag something out and take all my visits if I know where I'm going to go.
When did it happen? Like, kind of talk us through, like, you kind of give us a big picture thing. Was there a moment where you're like, okay, this is the move? How did it just kind of grow to that? What was that moment like for you? Did it happen during the visit? Was it after the visit where it just hit you like, okay, this is the move for me?
Yeah. So on my visit, I kind of had a feeling. I was talking to my family about it, and I kind of knew this was the place for me. And then when I got back Monday morning, I had breakfast with my family, and we talked about it, and they were all in, just like I'm all in. And I gave Coach Freeman and Coach Easton a call and told them that I'm coming and I'm excited.
What was their reaction?
They were hyped.
Okay.
I don't think they expected it, because leaving on Sunday morning, I told Coach Freeman that I'm going to take all my visits and make a decision after that. So he was definitely surprised and he was happy. And Coach Reese was in the room too, and he was fired up.
I love it. Former Notre Dame player Jarrett Grace with the congratulations for you on that one. Ryan, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Elijah, fortunately, we were able to kind of exchange some texts after your visit, just kind of checking in on everything. I know one thing that you said to me that I was not surprised about, because I saw your film and I thought you were a really well-coached player for your age, especially. But you talked a lot about your ability to sit down with Coach Easton and watch some film. Can you kind of take us through the developing relationship with Coach Easton and how much that coaching factor meant for you?
Yeah, it's a big factor. It was a huge factor in my recruitment to Notre Dame. I mean, you see the guys that he's produced. You see the history of him coaching, especially at Notre Dame. Guys like Quentin Nelson, Zach Martin, Liam Eichenberg. It's crazy. Ronnie Stanley, and so it's crazy what he can do and what he's capable of. And so he played a big role in my recruitment, and just on my visit, sitting down and talking ball with him. We were breaking down my film, breaking down past film when he was here last. And it's crazy, the terminology that he uses, and he's a super knowledgeable coach. There's a reason he's the best offensive line coach in the country, and you can tell just by talking to him.
My other main takeaway, Elijah, when we were able to speak, was you talked a lot I asked you straight up. I was like, Arizona to South Bend's a far distance, right?
Yep.
How comfortable were you maybe before the visit with traveling that far? And was it a feeling that when you went on campus that solidified that you can go far away, or was that ever a factor in this recruitment?
Yeah, it wasn't really a huge factor. I knew that at some point in my life I'm going to have to move away from home, and I mean, I wasn't too worried about it, but now, especially that I have taken a visit, when I got on campus, it kind of felt like home. Like I don't feel that far from home. It feels great there, and I'm not worried about that at all. The visit definitely changed my mind, though. Like I have no worries at all.
Let me ask you this, Elijah. You talked about working with Coach Easton and like film and things like that. You have a unique connection to Notre Dame in that someone from your high school who you know, Tosh Baker, is an offensive lineman at Notre Dame. So coaches can tell you all they want about what they're going to do. When you get there, you actually have someone who can tell you if you know, sort of the inside scoop because he's played for Coach Easton. What were your conversations like? And I know, you know, they won't throw, you got to make your decision, but what were your conversations like with Tosh when it comes to, you know, just what it's like playing for Coach Easton and being at Notre Dame?
Yeah, I really like talking to Tosh because I know that he's being real with me. He's telling me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear, and that's always something you want in recruitment. In your recruitment, everyone's going to tell you how good you are and what you can do for their program and what they're going to do with you, but no one's going to tell you the stuff that you don't always want to hear. And I think Tosh is definitely always going to be honest with me, and I really appreciate that out of him. And so he told me a lot. He told me that Coach Easton is a great coach, and he just in the little bit of him being there with spring ball and all that, he's learned so much. And yeah.
So you got the seal of approval from Tosh in regards to what it's really like being a lineman at Notre Dame. So that's a good thing. You know, Elijah, I remember when you and I first talked, you know, kind of Notre Dame had given you the offer and you know, we reached out and I said, you know, what's the conversation? And I was surprised that you obviously Coach Easton reached out to you, but you said that you also hear a lot from Coach Freeman.
Yes.
What has your relationship, you know, been like as far as with Coach Freeman? What are your thoughts on Coach Freeman and the program? Because you're obviously committing to the program he's building, right?
Yeah.
So what's your relationship been like that? And what was it about Coach Freeman that made you say you wanted to be a part of this program?
Yeah, so with Coach Freeman, we have a really good relationship. We talk probably once a week, if not more than that. We text back and forth all the time. And getting on campus, it made our relationship even stronger. Talking to someone in person is definitely different than over the phone and texting somebody. So that's great. And yeah, I can't wait to play for Coach Freeman. His style of coaching is great. He's always has great energy, and you can tell just by talking to the current players how much they really do like Coach Freeman.
When you look at your recruitment, obviously, Elijah, you didn't plan on this happening this soon. Like you said, going into the visit, you thought the month of June was going to be filled with a lot of other visits. You got an offer later. Obviously, Coach Easton came on, and it took him some time to kind of scour the nation and find some guys that didn't already have offers that he liked. Eventually got to you and threw the offer out. And immediately we heard that Notre Dame liked you a lot. But so you were able to build your relationship with Coach Easton and Coach Freeman. I imagine you've talked sometimes with Coach Reese as well. Have you had much of a chance to develop much of a relationship with the other members of the 2023 recruiting class up to this point in time?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Sullivan Absher. I talked to Sam Pendleton, Joe Otting a little bit. And we just text back and forth a little bit, but I haven't really gotten that chance to talk to all of them because I don't think any of us really expected this. I definitely didn't until I came home for my visit. But I'm definitely looking forward to building that relationship with them. I know they just added me to a group chat right before I came on here, and we were texting a little bit, and we're all excited, and I'm getting to know them a little bit.
Well, I think that's good because it means that you made the decision for you, and now you can build those relationships as opposed to maybe some outside influences. So I think that's a good thing. So let's get down to the nitty gritty, Elijah Paige. Okay, so when Notre Dame fans pop on the film and they're starting to evaluate offensive line play, when they watch Elijah Paige, what kind of player are we going to see?
Yeah. Definitely not a nice guy on the field. I take a great pride in not being a nice guy on the field. Off the field, I'm a really nice guy, really easy to talk to. But on the field, I'm just kind of go ahead and get it done. Old school kind of lineman. Yeah, that's kind of my.
And as
best
we
answer.
talked about before, length and athleticism, no doubt about it. So, so Elijah, I mean, you know, again, I want to focus on this again. Your whole thing changed, right? Like you really thought June was going to look like one thing, and it's going to turn out to be something different. Yeah. You told us before that you're done with it. You're not going to take those other visits. So what's next for you? Does it mean you and your family kind of get the rest of June off? You get to relax a little bit, save some time and money? Is it allow you to kind of start focusing on your team at Pinnacle? Were you always planning to at least decide before your senior season? Was that going to be the plan, or was this super even sped up even more?
Yeah, so we definitely didn't expect this. I was supposed to be in East Lansing right now, taking my visit to Michigan State, and then after that, USC, and then Washington. And but I feel right. I feel great about this decision, and I know I made the right decision committing to Notre Dame. So yeah, this June wasn't what it was supposed to be crazy, and we were supposed to be all over the country, but we're glad we're not, and we're glad we're settled and part of the Irish family.
And now you get to kind of focus in on continuing to develop, and now you get to focus on your high school team a little bit, right? I
Yep.
imagine there's going to be some workouts coming up here in the next few weeks that you guys get started with that you're going to be able to continue to grow. So let's kind of, again, we appreciate your time. I know you want to go celebrate with your family. Just if there's anything else you'd like to, you got a lot of congratulations, a lot of people excited about you, Notre Dame fit and all that kind of stuff, which we love to hear. What would you like to say on your way out of here as you go celebrate with your family to Notre Dame Nation?
Yeah, I don't got much to say, but just Notre Dame fans, you guys are getting someone who's going to work hard and not stop until it's done, and do anything I can and anything I can to help Notre Dame win. That's my goal, and coming to Notre Dame is to help Notre Dame win.
Love it. Love it. And there's a lot of people jealous of the hair, Elijah. I'm just going to let you know. A lot of people wishing they could grow that out.
Brian, I was going to say, I think that you have supplanted Sullivan Absher as the best hair of all the offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like there's so many, like, you've got like Joe Otting's got like the red hair that just, and then, Sam Pendleton's got like the buzz cut, like the military cut, and then Sullivan's got the big hair, and then Elijah's got, so all types of different things, man. There's no doubt. So love it. Love. Thanks so much, Elijah, for joining us. We really appreciate you, and congratulations. And I know a lot of Notre Dame fans are very excited to have you on board and looking forward to seeing how you develop over the next year and following your senior season.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me on here.
Take care,
Thanks, Elijah.